What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Celio's Network. Today I will be commentating over some pre-recorded gameplay of ADP Zacian V versus Dragapult VMAX in the Ultra Prism through Rebel Clash standard format. I definitely think these two decks are two of the top in this new standard format when Rebel Clash comes out in May. I've been doing some deck building and writing and testing for the new format to get myself prepared. This is definitely one of the most fun and enjoyable times as a content creator and deck builder when a new set is coming out. Before we begin watching the gameplay, shout out to my sponsor PotownStore.com, the best place for you to get PTCGO codes online, and you can use code CELIO for 5% off. I'd also like to mention my Patreon, where you can support me monthly and get great benefits depending on your tier, like premium articles, coaching, and early deck lists. Alright, so getting into the games here, we've got myself on the left piloting Dragapult VMAX, and then my mom on the right piloting ADP Zacian. I've started with a Jirachi Dragapult V, and she has just a Dedenne start. Zacian off the top deck though, and she has a quick ball in the hand to discard Metal Energy for the ADP, which is definitely important to get down turn 1, start getting energy on that. Attach Water Energy, play a Metal Saucer, and Intrepid Sword. 3 cards, no energy off of that. But 2 energy on the board, turn 0 is pretty nice. Now, I just need to get 1 manual attachment onto my Dragapult V. That's kind of the goal. If this deck gets an attachment every turn, then it's very strong. But this particular list does not play any energy acceleration like Malamar or the supporter bead, so it's all about drawing into a manual attachment every turn. So I got a switch off the Stellar Wish, and I think I have an energy in my hand for the Dragapult this turn, so I should be good to go for my turn 1 setup here. And there's the Horror Energy onto the Dragapult V. Played on a second Dragapult V and flip for sleep. So I was not able to use a Team Yell Grunt turn 1. I had to use research to draw cards. Sometimes you can use a Team Yell Grunt to slow down ADP a little. But even if you don't slow them down, you can still get ahead with this deck. So there's the turn 2 Altered Creation for Joan. And now I'll be looking for a turn 2 Max Phantom from my Dragapult VMAX. Stellar Wish into many options here. And I'm taking a Team Yell Grunt off of the Stellar Wish. Evolve into the Dragapult VMAX, attach a basic Psychic Energy. I could just go for a Yell Grunt here to slow her down a bit. So yeah, there's the Yell Grunt putting Water Energy back into her hand. And I'm going to switch into my Dragapult VMAX. And I do think I have Zigzagoon Scoop Up Net in my hand, so that's something to think about. But just going to go for the Max Phantom, 130 damage on to the active ADP. And then I have to decide, do I want to go for a greedy early kill on Jirachi? Do I want to set up damage on Zacian? Do I want damage on Dedenne? I'm just going to put all 5 damage counters, though, onto the Zacian V. And she's going to Boss's Order up Dragapult V, and then use Dede Change. So if she were able to get off a Brave Blade this turn to take 3 prizes, that could definitely be a little scary. Energy Spinner for Metal Energy. Acrobike. And playing a Metal Saucer here. Looks like she might not have any Metal Energy in the discard pile, so not playing a Metal Saucer, it looks like. Yeah, definitely a little bit of an oopsie there. No Metal Energy in the discard pile. And she's just going to go ahead and use Intrepid Sword on that fresh Zacian, but no energy off the top to attach anyway. And my Yell Grunt has successfully slowed her down a turn. No attack out of her on turn 3 following the Altered Creation. So it's going to allow me to get a pretty nice lead here. So play down the Zigzagoon, scoop up net, use the ability again, attach Psychic Energy to the active Dragapult V, which does just have the 1 retreat cost. And I put the ADP up to 150 damage, so a Max Phantom will now be able to knock it out. Quick Ball for an Aranguru with the Primate Wisdom. And I'm going to go ahead and use that Primate Wisdom. I actually got a Giant Bomb off of it, which is very nice to have. Going to attach that Giant Bomb down to the active Dragapult VMAX after evolving another Dragapult VMAX and Max Phantom onto the ADP. Now, where will I put this extra 5 damage counters? I'm putting 4 onto the Zacian V and 1 onto the Jirachi. So that's leaving the Zacian with exactly 130 health. And the Jirachi is a full 5 damage counter ping away, and then 1 Galarian Zigzagoon ability away for being knocked out. So this game is looking very good for me, except I don't have energy on the benched Dragapult yet. But although this active Dragapult VMAX is completely healthy, so there's nothing in her deck that can actually take it out in one shot. She does not have a Zamazenta V on the board. She just filled up her last bench spot, so she will not be getting a Zamazenta V onto the board. So it's looking pretty bad for her here. If she had a Tool Scrapper, maybe that could be useful to get rid of the bomb. But it's just looking like pretty bad news. No Metal Frying Pan even for the Zacian V. So Primate Wisdom away, a Cherish Ball. She has a Boss's Order. But I think she may have used Marnie this turn already. I guess she didn't use Marnie this turn. And Boss's Order. I'll have to go back and check that one out. So Boss's Order and smack the Dragapult VMAX. But I'm showing her I just have the she can attack, but I think I have the game next turn anyway. So she'll swing into the Dragapult VMAX for 260 damage, and here I just need to get, I believe I just need to get a Scoop Up Net into my hand. So I'm thinning out the deck. Yeah, it looks like I don't have Scoop Up Net yet, so I attach, I play down Giant Bomb, and I thin out my deck a little, get the Reset Hole out of my deck, and if I hit Scoop Up Net here, then I win. I don't have Scoop Up Net yet. So, Mysterious Treasure, I do have one more out by using Primate Wisdom, so I'm going to Mysterious Treasure for the Mew, and then I Mysterious Treasure the Mew away for a Dragapult VMAX. So just thinning out the deck as much as possible here. Looking for that Scoop Up Net so I can put one more damage counter onto the Jirachi on the bench. And then Primate Wisdom into the Scoop Up Net. You'll love to see it. And then I'm going to retreat my active Dragapult and then swing 130 onto the Zacian V and 5 damage counters onto the benched Jirachi. I'll have to check back though. I thought she double supported there, but she may have not. I could have sworn she used Marnie and then Boss's Order, but we'll check back for that. Alright, so on to game 2. I watched back that first game and there was no double supporter, so we were all good there, but I won the game anyway. So if she did double supporter, it didn't result in her unfairly winning the game, but no double supporter there. And Jonah's going first here with an ADP Star Energy Spinner for the Water Energy. Zamazenta and Zacian on the bench. Attach Water. Acrobike into a Quick Ball and a Dedenne. Keeping the Dedenne. And she's going to go ahead and did a change there for 6 new cards. Seeing a Frying Pan and an Absol, which can both be good to have. So Absol down, potentially disrupting my setup a bit. Although I don't really do much on turn 1 with this deck. I just want to attach an energy to Dragapult and call it a day. She got an energy off of Intrepid Sword for that Zacian, though. Now, I'm going to go ahead and Mysterious Treasure away a Marnie for Dragapult V. And looks like I'm also going to Quick Ball away a Fion for a second Dragapult V. Getting them both down there. Now all I need is an energy, and the dragons will almost be ready to go. Dropping my cards there a little bit. Expert shuffling only on Celio's network. Marnie shuffling back a few cards here, and she has a pretty sizable hand because of that Intrepid Sword. And I get 2 basic Psychic Energy, so can't complain there. I'll grab a Quick Ball off of the Stellar Wish. And let's get that energy down. Oh, I actually have a Horror Energy. That's even better. I didn't even realize that. Flip for Stellar Wish and pass. So she will be getting off the turn to Altered Creation GX. Altering the creation. And she's also playing Marnie, so I go down to 4 cards. She goes to 5. Playing down a Metal Saucer to the Zamazenta V. Quick balling away a trainer card. Can't really see what it was. I think it might have been a Marnie. Or potentially a Cherish Ball. So quick ball for the Jirachi. And go ahead and alter Creation GX. I'll start my turn off with Stellar Wish. And I'm grabbing a Mysterious Treasure to conveniently get a Dragapult VMAX. So the large dragon is about to make its way onto the battlefield, and I can start spreading some damage around. Very nice. I have double Horror Energy on this Dragapult. I scoop up net the Jirachi, bomb onto the active, and research for a fresh 7. Pro plays only over here. A fresh hand of 7. Just some beautiful draws off of that Marnie. From Joan last turn there. So, gave me a very convenient hand there. Double Horror Energy, Giant Bomb, just everything you want. And attached metal for Joan there, and then Marnie again. So lots of Marnies are happening here. She really would love to see a big charm for the active ADP, because she's going to take 14 damage counters from my double Horror Energy and Giant Bomb. And she'll be going up to 270 damage, just 10 HP left on the ADP. So the double Horror Energy Giant Bomb combo is paying off in dividends here. And she was like, wait, what? 14 damage? I was like, yep, 14 damage. So here we've got, she does have a Zamazenta V set up there on the bench though. So I'm just going to quick ball out the Zigzagoon to take an easy mid-turn knockout for 3 prizes on the ADP tag team there in the active. So there's a nice little 3 prize mid-turn play. Didn't even attack yet. So she sends up the Jirachi. I think she probably should have sent up the Zamazenta V, since it probably would not be taking damage from Dragapult VMAX. I could always hit it with the first attack 60, which goes through effects. Or I could just put 5 anywhere I want on the bench. So yeah, I think she should have brought up the Zamazenta V for sure. So here I'll be taking another prize, so that'll be a 4 prize turn once I attack here. Just deciding if I need to do anything else this turn. I'm going to quick ball away a Jirachi. And I'm grabbing a Dragapult V. And let's see what else I'm doing here. Scoop Up Net, Galarian Zigzagoon, 1 onto the Zamazenta V, and then Dedenne. Okay, so have I not? I don't think I've attached return there. That's what I'm digging for. Okay, so I've got Horror Energy. And knock out the Jirachi with Max Phantom, and then I'm going to put 5 somewhere. So, yeah, like I said, she should have just set up the Zamazenta V. And I'm putting a very strategic 3-2 split of damage counters, 2 damage counters on the Zamazenta, and 3 onto the Dedenne. It's definitely possible that I should not have evolved the benched Dragapult V into a Dragapult VMAX. I should have just saved it in its V form, because then I can hit into the Zamazenta V with it while it's just a V Pokemon. So she's going to go ahead and play... so she's getting the Dedenne, but then she's also quick balling. She didn't mean to start the Dedenne change yet, so... just rushing her plays a bit there, but we try to take back misplays and stuff while we're playing these testing games for the channel. So she's also going to quick ball out an Oranguru, and then the Dedenne change. That's the new name for that ability. So draw 6 cards using Dedenne's Dedenne change ability. There we go. And then she's going to go ahead and swing 160, discard a special energy, so she only takes damage from one of the horror energies, and she takes 4 prize cards there. I have Boss's Order to bring up the Dedenne and take my last 2 prize cards using Max Phantom. And that's the end of game 2. I was the victor of both games there. I do have a third game here for you guys, though, even though I won the first 2. We are going to play a game 3, just to continue showing off the Dragapult VMAX and the ADP Zacian decks. So I will be going first here with a Fion start. Like I said, this is kind of a game 3, but I won the first 2, so we rolled for the start of a new game, and I won the coin flip, so I'm going first here. Quick ball away, a Boss's Order for Dragapult V. Play down an Oranguru, Primate Wisdom into another basic Psychic Energy, and pass. So you really won't see anything too fancy from Dragapult VMAX on turn 1, at least with this list, since I just want to get down an energy onto my Dragapult V. That's really all I could ask for. So here... Joan is deciding if she wants to quick ball away that metal energy, and looks like she does for an ADP Cherish Ball, getting the Dedenne GX to draw some more cards there, and attach metal to ADP. And looks like she might not want to actually play down the Dedenne. We'll have to see what she wants to do. Boss's Order up the Oranguru, see if she can disrupt me a little bit there, and then she's going to just go ahead and Intrepid Sword. So yeah, she decided not to play down the Dedenne, so maybe should have held on to that Cherish Ball. She Boss's Ordered up my Aguru to see if that could stall me a bit, since she really didn't have anything else to do with her supporter for turn, but I just have a switch in hand anyway, so switch into the Jirachi, grab a Giant Bomb with the Stellar Wish. And I'm going to just want to see an attach for turn, and there we go, I attach for turn, and no turn 2 attack from me, no Dragapult VMAX from me either, so just attach and pass. She gets down a Zamazenta V, which is very important for this matchup for her, and she also has an Absol. Switch into the ADP with a Metal Energy, but she still needs to get a Water Energy for it. Metal Saucer, a Metal onto the Zacian, decides, no wait, she wants to put it on the Zamazenta, so Metal Saucer onto the Zamazenta now, and she's going to play down another boss's order, but I'm discussing with her, she probably shouldn't play the boss's order, because she's going to Dedenne for more cards, and she wants to see a water energy, so in case she needs another supporter to keep going for more draw after the Dedenne, I told her she probably shouldn't play the boss's order. She does hit into an energy spinner off the Dede change anyway, though, to get the water energy onto the ADP. And I think she might just not end up playing a supporter for turn. So her plan could have been just fine, but it was a little riskier. So I told her she should probably, like, what I would do is go for the safer play and not play that boss's order. So she's going in with a Primate Wisdom there, 2 Metal Energy on the Zamazenta V, 2 Energy on the ADP that's active, and there goes the Altered Creation GX. And this is my turn 3, hoping to be able to attack this turn. I get a Team Yell Grunt off the Stellar Wish, which is not what I was hoping for. I would have loved to have a Marnie or Professor's Research to draw some cards with, maybe even a Quick Ball to search out a Dedenne GX. Primate Wisdom into a Professor's Research, which is much better. Giant Bomb down to the Dragapult V, scoop up net the Jirachi so I can promote the Dragapult V, and then I research for 7, and it looks like I have a Dragapult VMAX, and I also have some energy there. So there's Dragapult V onto the bench with a Horror Energy, evolving the active into Dragapult VMAX. And I'm going to swing for 130 on the active and 5 damage counters to the benched Zamazenta V. Now, I'm not sure if these 5 damage counters were correctly allocated onto the Zamazenta V. Potentially, I should have put it on maybe the Dedenne or the Zacian V to set up for knockouts later on, since I can't actually hit the Zamazenta V with my Dragapult VMAX because of its Dauntless Shield ability. So she has Tool Scrapper here, which is huge to get rid of my Giant Bomb, and she's swinging 180 damage into my Dragapult VMAX, unpunished by the Giant Bomb here because she had Tool Scrapper. So that's very, very important for her that turn, and she's going to go ahead Ultimate Ray 180 and accelerate a Metal Energy to the Zamazenta V and a Metal Energy to the Zacian V. So that's definitely a hiccup in my plans because I was banking on the Giant Bomb hitting her back with 10 damage counters. So now this slow start I've had is definitely not looking great for me because she can finish off the game pretty quickly. Knock out the Dragapult VMAX for 4 prizes because of Altered Creation GX, and then knock out a single prize Pokemon for 2 prizes and win the game. The Zamazenta V on the bench is definitely a bit scary. I'm going to go ahead and use Galarian Zigzagoon and then scoop up net and use it again to put 2 damage counters onto the active ADP. So it's now at 150 damage, and a Max Phantom will be knocking it out. And I'm going to go ahead and Marnie for 5. She goes to 4. And another Horror Energy onto the benched Dragapult V. And I'm just going to go ahead and Max Phantom, knock out the ADP, and what do I want to do here for the other damage? So I'm going to go ahead and put 4 damage counters on the Zamazenta and 1 on the Zacian. So this means my Dragapult V on the bench with its second attack could potentially deal 140 damage to the Zamazenta V, which would be a knockout. So my active Dragapult VMAX will most likely be going down to this Zamazenta V this turn. Of course, like I said, she'll be taking 4 prizes for that. I'm still at 3 prizes, so even if I knocked out this Zamazenta V with my Dragapult V, she could potentially just return knock that out with Zacian and win the game from there. So that might not be a possibility I have, or a line of play I have. Actually, it's not anymore because she played down the Metal Frying Pan onto the Zamazenta V. So I don't have enough scoop up nets and Zigzagoons left to make up for that 30 damage that she's buffering with the metal frying pan. So the one turn that I kind of missed there by not getting a draw supporter into the Dragapult VMAX and the switch return, that's definitely coming back to hurt me. So just the one extra turn is allowing her to take the lead here, it seems. And also the nice setup onto the Zacian, the Zamazenta V, and double Metal Saucer there, I believe, onto the Zacian V. And she's going to use Assault Tackle to knock out my Dragapult VMAX for 4 prize cards. And of course, the Zamazenta V cannot be damaged by VMAX Pokemon. So I'm sending out this Jirachi, Stellar Wish into... Let's see. If I haven't used Reset Stamp yet, I'm probably hoping that I can get a Reset Stamp here since she has a sizable hand and only 2 prize cards. But I get a Marnie off of the Stellar Wish. Evolve into the Dragapult VMAX, because I know now if I went in with the Dragapult V, I will just be knocked out by Zacian next turn. It has 3 energy on it. So I'm gonna play down this board. Switch. I can't retreat with the board anyway because she has Absol. And I have 3 horror energy on this active Dragapult VMAX, so if she swung into it, she would take 6 damage counters, unless she swings into it with Assault Tackle. In that case, she'll only take 4 because Assault Tackle will discard one of the special energies before the effect. And I'm quick balling here after the Marnie for Dedenne. And I have Fion, which is very nice, so I can make her switch the Zamazenta V out of the active. Go ahead and Primate Wisdom. Not sure if I want to use the Dedenne just yet. I'm going to go ahead and Fion, making her switch. So here's where maybe I shouldn't have focused damage counters onto that Zamazenta V earlier in the game. Definitely seeming like a misplay now. I should have allocated damage counters a little bit more wisely and maybe a little more conservatively onto maybe like the Jirachi or the Dedenne, because the Zamazenta, of course, with its ability, stops damage from Dragapult VMAX's attack. So maybe putting it somewhere else where it's a little safer to damage it later in the game would have been better, but I'm still putting some damage onto that Zamazenta V, and she has the boss's order in hand for the game anyway there with the Zacian, so she does end up taking a game in that game 3 that we played. I hope you guys all enjoyed this match and extra games, so 3 games between Dragapult VMAX and Zacian ADP between myself and Joan. I will have a Zacian ADP article on my Patreon very soon, so definitely check that out. It should be live on Patreon on April 12th. So if you're watching this before or after then, it may already be live. So I've been working on ADP Zacian a lot, and the list you saw in this video was kind of a first draft, and I have some new lists and some new cards and some ways to make the matchup versus Dragapult VMAX and some of the other decks a little bit better. So definitely check that out if you're interested in Zacian ADP content. And subscribe to the channel if you would like to see more content like this in the future. And I'll see you next time here on Celio's Network.